What's up, everyone? My name is Patrick. I'm part of the Blue Line Real Estate team, which is a branch of Hero Realty. Today's topic is rent or buy, and which one might be best for you. First thing we're going to talk about is how long do you plan on living somewhere? If you plan on living somewhere for 2 years or less, rental might be the best way for you. We're seeing that a lot of millennials are liking to rent because they like the ability to change every year or two. Just like people who lease cars, they like the ability to have a new car every year, and that's perfectly fine. Also, if you know that you don't plan on living in state or a new job, or you just don't know what's going to happen 2 years or a year out, rental is definitely the way to go. Second thing that we're going to talk about today is fixing something or the repairs. I know a lot of people and they get anxiety if they think that they have to repair something or fix. We have things that happen in a house, right? And the thought of that something happening, whether that's a roof repair, dishwasher breaks, has to replace a hot water tank. I know a lot of people that gives them severe anxiety and they don't like even thinking about that. They like the thought of just calling their landlord and having them deal with it. And if that's the case, and if you're one of those type, it's perfectly acceptable. Rental is definitely the way to go. Third thing that we're going to talk about is you just don't find yourself at home a lot. If you're the type that are working 12, 14 hours a day, or maybe you are not home a lot because of the activities that you're involved in, whether that's sports, your kids' activities, or maybe you're the type that when it's Friday, you leave and you're gone for the weekend. You're doing new activities, you're finding new places, and you're just going on vacation. And you're kind of just finding yourself a home to go to bed, maybe eat a dinner and watch a little bit of TV. Rental might be the best thing for you. Number 4 is maybe it's your credit, or maybe it's the down payment and you just don't have it right now. That's perfectly fine. Rental might be best for you so you can have time to repair your credit or save up for the down payment. Or maybe you have all those things ready to go, but you're still not ready yet because you want to save up for the things that you want to do in a house. And if that's the case, let's find you a rental property. Number 5, and the last thing on the list, is location. Maybe you're the type that loves being in an urban area where there's lots of things to do and you kind of like being in the middle of activities. Chicago, St. Louis, down on the hill, Clayton, doesn't matter where it is, but you like being in the middle of an attraction, of an area, and like being able to go to activities and walk and ride your bike. And if that's the case, you do find a lot of rentals in that area, and that's fine. Let's find you that home. Okay, now we're going to talk about 5 reasons buying a house might be right for you. 1 and 2 are pretty simple. Number 1 is the tax write-offs and the tax incentives that you get. And number 2 is the equity that you get when purchasing a house. You see, I feel like real estate professionals focus mainly on these 2 reasons. But steps 3 and 4 and 5, I feel like are the most important reasons why you should buy a house. Reason 3 is if you plan on living somewhere for 3 years or more, if you plan on putting down some roots and you don't see any life changes happening in the future, buying a house will be best. Reason number 4 is because it could be one of your biggest assets. You see, statistically, 62 to 67% of people's biggest assets is the home that they're in. People love the ability that they have a fixed rate mortgage on 30 years and that they get to see their home values increase and appreciate over time. That's one of the biggest investments that people take care of. The last and final reason number 5 of why I think people like to buy a home, is personalization. You don't see a lot of real estate professionals talking about this. Remember when you were a kid and you got to decorate and style your room the way that you wanted it to be? You see, you created something that was comfortable to you. You created your own environment, and when you shut the door and you were in your space, how comfortable did you feel? Because it was something that you created. You see, buying a house is the exact same way. We know before a buyer even tells us that this is the house because we are listening to them. They are saying things like, I can imagine the couch over here. I can picture these wall colors. I don't like this kitchen, but it has enough room to make the kitchen of my dreams. I can imagine the kids and the dogs playing in the backyard. It's customizing and personalizing your house is the biggest factor why I think people buy a house. You could have a pink living room. You can have a purple living room. You could have a green living room. It doesn't matter what color it is. It's your color. It is your furniture. It is your kitchen. It is your living room. And it's your style. It's the way that you like things to be. And there's no greater comfort in going home to your castle and going in a space where you created to what is comfortable to you. And to me, that is the number one reason why people buy a house. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed my list of buy or rent and which one is best for you. If you like this video, please give us a thumb up or a like or subscribe. No matter what, just know that we greatly appreciate you. And all the heroes out there, thank you for everything that you do. And remember, always dream big.